Level 1. The white liar. You feel your face get hot. Your boss asks who forgot to send the email. 6 people in the room. You know it was you. You open your mouth and the words come out before you can stop them. I sent it yesterday. Must be a server issue. Nobody checks. Nobody even looks at you. It worked. This is where it starts. Small lies to avoid small pain. You tell your friend her cooking is amazing when it isn't. You tell your mother you're fine when you're not. You cancel plans and blame traffic. These lies cost you nothing. They protect you from discomfort and confrontation. You're not a manipulator yet, you're just afraid, but you're learning something dangerous. You're learning that the truth is optional. And once you learn that, you don't unlearn it. Level 2. The guilt tripper. You've discovered a button and you can't stop pressing it. Guilt. You don't need to ask people for things. You just need to make them feel bad enough to offer. Your partner comes home late. You don't yell, you sit in silence. When they ask what's wrong, you say, nothing. You say it quietly with a look that says everything. They spend the next 2 hours apologizing and you let them. You never had to raise your voice. You start keeping score. You remember every favor you've done and you cash them in when you need something. After everything I've done for you becomes your favorite sentence. The people around you start walking on eggshells. They don't know why they feel exhausted after spending time with you, but you do. Level 3. The victim. You don't just make people feel bad anymore. You make them feel responsible for your entire life. You are never the problem. The world happens to you. Your boss is unfair. Your friends are selfish. Every conversation circles back to your suffering. A friend confronts you about missing her birthday. You don't apologize. Instead, you tell her about the panic attack you had that morning. Now she's comforting you. She walked in angry. She leaves feeling guilty for being angry. You didn't plan this. It just happens now. It's instinct. You've noticed something though. The line between what actually happened and the version you tell people is getting blurry. Level 4. The flatterer. You stop playing defense. For the first time, you're using manipulation to get things. Not just to avoid pain, but to gain advantage. You walk into a meeting and you already know who matters. You've studied the room. The project lead needs to feel smart. So you ask him a question you already know the answer to, and you watch him light up. The director is insecure about her age. So you mention how her experience gives the team something nobody else has. You're not lying exactly. You're selecting which truths to deliver and when. People start wanting you in the room. They don't know why they like you so much. They just know they feel good when you're around. You get the promotion over someone more qualified. She had better numbers. You had better relationships. A friend from college visits. She knew you before all of this. She looks at you across the dinner table and says, "You've changed." You smile and tell her she's being dramatic. But later that night, you sit alone in your car for 20 minutes and you don't know why. Level 5. The strategist. You see the board now. Not just individual people, but the connections between them. Who trusts whom? Who resents whom? Who needs approval and from where? You don't just read rooms anymore, you design them. At work, you need a policy changed. You don't go to your boss. Instead, you mention the idea casually to a colleague who talks to the VP at lunch. 2 weeks later, the VP brings it up as his own idea. Your boss approves it. Nobody knows it started with you. That's the point. You've started keeping mental files on people. You remember who mentioned their divorce after 2 drinks. You remember who got emotional talking about their father. You don't use this information yet, but you have it. Your closest friend tells you a secret, something personal. You listen carefully. You store it. You're not sure if you're listening because you care or because information is useful? That question used to bother you. It doesn't anymore. Level 6. The gaslighter. You cross a line here. Everything before this was selfish, but mostly harmless. This level is different. You're not just influencing people, you're rewriting their reality. Your partner catches you in a lie. You don't panic. You tilt your head and say, "That never happened." You say it with concern in your voice, as if you're worried about them. "Are you okay? You've been really stressed lately." They were certain 30 seconds ago. Now they're not. You do this more and more. You move objects and deny it. You recount conversations differently than they happened. Slowly, patiently, like turning down a light 1 degree at a time until the room is dark and they don't remember it ever being bright. The cost hits you in a strange way. You've told so many versions of so many stories that the truth feels like just another option. Level 7. The puppet master. You don't manipulate one person at a time anymore. You manipulate systems. You've moved beyond personal relationships into something bigger. A workplace, a social circle, an organization. You create conflicts between people who might otherwise be allies. You tell Sarah that James said something about her. You tell James that Sarah is gunning for his position. Neither is exactly true. Now they're focused on each other and not on you. You sit between them, offering advice to both. They each think you're their only real friend. You've made yourself indispensable, not because you're the most talented, but because you're the only one with the full picture. Remove you and everything falls apart. But here's what nobody tells you about this level. You're exhausted. Every conversation is a calculation. Every smile is a decision. You can't turn it off. A friend invites you to dinner. A real friend from before all of this. You sit across from them and catch yourself analyzing their word choices, looking for leverage. In a person who just wants to eat pasta with you. Level 8. The identity weaver. This is where manipulation becomes art. You don't just control what people do. You control who they think they are. You take a new hire at work. Bright, confident, full of opinions. Over 6 months, you reshape her. You praise her when she agrees with you. You go quiet when she doesn't. You never tell her she's wrong. You just make sure she feels uncertain every time she disagrees with you. By month 6, she runs every idea past you before presenting it. She thinks this is mentorship. She has no idea that you've replaced her instincts with yours. She used to walk into rooms with her chin up. Now she looks at you first. You can do this to almost anyone given enough time. Confidence is just a habit. Beliefs are just patterns, and patterns can be rewritten by anyone patient enough. You sit in your apartment at night. Your phone has 200 contacts. Not one of them knows you. They know a version of you, the version you built for them. There are so many versions now that you're not sure which one is real. Level 9. The architect. You've stopped working on individuals. You design environments where people manipulate themselves. A company culture, a belief system. You create the rules and the incentives, and then you step back and watch people follow them, thinking it was their own choice. You run an organization now. The people below you compete for your approval without you ever asking them to. You set it up that way. Just enough praise to keep them hungry. Just enough coldness to keep them afraid. They work harder for you than they've ever worked for anyone. They think it's because they believe in the mission. The mission is you. You rarely speak directly anymore. You imply. You suggest. You ask questions that contain their own answers. When things go wrong, you never get blamed. When things go right, everyone credits you. The cost at this level is total. You have no equals. You can't. An equal would see through you. Your inner circle thinks they're close to you. They're close to a performance. The real you hasn't spoken to anyone in years. Level 10. The God complex. You've reached the top. You sit at the center of a web so complex that even you can't see all the threads anymore. People follow you. People fear you. People love you. None of it is real. You wake up and your first thought is strategy. Your last thought before sleep is positioning. There is no moment in between where you are simply a person. Every interaction is a move. Every relationship is an asset. You've won every game you've ever played. You've gotten everything you ever wanted. The job, the influence, the control. People in your life do exactly what you want them to do when you want them to do it. And here's the thing nobody warns you about. You're completely alone. Not lonely the way normal people get lonely. You're alone in a way that has no cure. Because loneliness means you want connection and can't find it. Your problem is worse. You've forgotten what connection feels like. You've been performing so long that the performance is all that's left. You meet someone new and within 5 minutes you've already mapped their insecurities. You already know which version of yourself to show them. You couldn't stop this if you wanted to, and you're not sure you want to. Your phone lights up. Messages from people who admire you, people who need you, people who think you understand them better than anyone else in their life. You read every message. You respond to each one perfectly. The right words, the right tone, the right amount of warmth. Then you put the phone down. You sit in the silence. Everything you have you got by being exactly what other people needed you to be. The money, the status, the influence, all built on versions of a person who doesn't exist. You try to remember who you were before all of this. There was a kid once, sitting in a meeting room, face getting hot, 6 people looking around. He just didn't want to get in trouble. That's all it was. A small lie to avoid a small pain. You wonder what would happen if you stopped, if you just told the truth, if you just let people see the real you. But there's a problem. You don't know who that is anymore. And that's the one thing you can't manipulate your way out of.